The football team has no name. The New York Giants are a bunch of crybabies. And the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl since Robin Williams was dressed like an old woman catching his boobs on fire. And oh yes, you are now watching a Philly Fuego production. Gracias, amigos. Fly, Eagles, fly.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills, and I am back in the nest out west, where I'm trying to bring you the best when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles content. Philbillies, thank you for watching another Philly Fuego production. Our producer is back in the house today, just in case anybody was concerned that Philly was going to be boycotting due to the second Cowboys coach to be interviewed for the possible head coaching vacancy of our sacred Philadelphia Eagles, who do not want anything to do with any Cowboys. Good morning. What's left of it for you on the East Coast? Again, I go by Philly Foothills. This is the Nest Out West, where I try to bring you the best when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles content. So again, we're going to just keep diving into this head coaching stuff today. Some new information has come out in regards to kind of who wants who and who's favoring who, things like that. So I think the reason why, for all you Eagle fans, are kind of scratching your head and like, why did they do such a long interview with Josh McDaniels and not make him the next head coach of our Philadelphia Eagles? I got to get used to that because I'm not used to talking to so many Eagles fans. I got to get used to saying our Philadelphia Eagles, right, Philbillies? Because they are our squad. But actually, before we go any further into this video, I haven't done so yet. If you like and hear what you see today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up there down below. I greatly appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel and you haven't done so already and you want more of my content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below so you get more of my content. And if you want notifications of all my content, go ahead and ding that bell up there in the corner. And that way you'll get notified whenever I post my videos. So, yeah, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Again, welcome into the Nest Out West. I am last time I checked, 177 Philbilly strong. So, I'm getting there. Just trying to build it. And if you guys know other YouTube content providers who might like my content, or who maybe I should check out, drop me a note in the comment section. I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it this morning. So, like I said, a lot of Eagles fans, some of my Philbillies, are probably wondering why we haven't hired Josh McDaniels as our next head coach. And it's looking more and more like it's because our owner, Mr. Jeffrey Lurie, does not want Josh McDaniels to be the next head coach. It's looking more like he's in favor of Deuce getting the nod, and you know, that's he is the owner, so he definitely is going to have a say in this whole thing. But you know, as long as we put the right staff, like everybody's been saying, as long as we put the right staff around Deuce, I wouldn't have any problems with Deuce being the next head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't think necessarily Deuce would just fall in line and be a puppet man. I think Deuce would have a voice, and he would definitely already have the respect of the locker room. That's for sure, because there are a lot of players who are backing Deuce up in his bid for the head coaching job. A lot of players, even ex-players like Malcolm Jenkins, even LeGarrette Blount, I've seen come out and talk a little bit about him and Josh. But Deuce has been getting, standing ovations in regards to his abilities with his, coaching. So, yeah. So definitely Deuce would have that. He would have that leg up, obviously, coming in as the next head coach. He's already in, obviously. He knows a lot of the players. He already has their respect. So he would have an advantage. He would definitely have not only the respect of the players, but the respect of the front office, the respect of, I believe, whatever coaching staff he puts around him. So I think, like I said, I think Deuce could be a very, very good choice, given that we get especially a strong offensive coordinator to help him with some of the play calling and play designs. But it's looking more and more like Howie is, leaning more towards wanting Josh McDaniels as our next head coach, and I think maybe some of the reasons why Lurie, besides the whole Colts thing, backing out of the Colts job, and how he got fired in Denver, I think another thing that might be detouring Jeffrey Lurie away from making McDaniels our head coach is that I've been reading that Josh is overly arrogant at times. And yes, head coaches have to be very confident, but there is that line that you have to draw between being very confident and arrogant. And I've heard that Josh has at times dropped into that arrogant category. So that may be a factor with that may be a part of Lurie's decision making in regards to this whole process, as far as Josh goes. But it's looking, and there's been some reports coming out too now that Carson Wentz would probably prefer Nick Sirianni, who recently interviewed. I think he interviewed twice. I think he did actually a double interview with our Eagles, and he has definitely put out a strong bid for the head coaching position. And like I said, I think Wentz is probably leaning more towards him because he is obviously from the Colts, like I said, and he's worked under Frank Reich even when they were with the Chargers. Excuse me. So I think Carson would definitely probably favor Sirianni. So we have now three voices who are, obviously Wentz doesn't make the final decisions with this team, nor can we make decisions that are solely based upon him and his being fixed. Because I think a lot of that has to do with Carson, and it starts up here. It starts between the ears. Carson's got to fix himself first up here before he can fix himself on the field. Because there's been a lot of talk about Wentz not being accountable. And to me, some of that has to do with the coaching this past year. Press Taylor was too soft on him. He coddled him way too much. Didn't call him out when he should have, especially in meetings and things like that when they're watching film. Wentz is a captain. Captains need to be accountable. Captains need to be called out. And I don't care if he doesn't like it or not. If you don't like hard coaching, you're probably not going to make it in the NFL, so you should find another job. because it's hard coaching or it's no dice. And if he can't accept hard coaching, then I don't know what else to say. Because, I mean, was Frank... He obviously Wentz had his best year, right? As a quarterback under Frank Reich when he was the offensive coordinator. So did Frank Reich not coach him up hard at all? I mean, come on. What worked? What worked so well for Wentz that year? That, he seemed to just be blossoming left and right. I mean, he was becoming better and better every game. And since then, since Frank left, it's just been a downhill snowball effect, and it's gotten worse and worse. So, we really have to pick a coach that can fix this team as a whole, not just Carson. Because we have so many other areas of need, like offensive line. I mean, yeah, we have question marks left and right on the offensive line. Is Dillard going to pan out in the NFL? Is Lane Johnson getting too old now? Is he going to be injury prone now? Is Brandon Brooks going to continue to be injury prone? Is Jason Kelsey going to retire? Is Isaac Salomalu going to be consistent enough to be a starting guard in the NFL? Is Jordan Mailata going to, possibly be able to be a swing tackle? Or can Dillard, can they make Dillard into a swing tackle? There's so many questions on the offensive line just in itself. And, we have other needs. Corner, linebacker, defensive end, wide receiver even. I mean, can the Eagles be one of those teams that can get a fullback? Can we just, draft or sign a fullback that can block? I want that kind of offense again. I want an offense that is balanced and that is more focused on run first. That's what I want. Because what does the run first do, Eagles fans? If you can establish the run early, what does that do? That opens up play action. What is Carson Wentz one of the best quarterbacks at? It's play action and throwing on the run, right? There you go. So, just looking at some of my notes here, if the Eagles plan to stick with Carson, the choice has to be not someone that's gonna coddle him anymore. It's gonna be someone that's gonna force Carson to think and play outside the box and to come outside of his comfort zone a little bit and to challenge him and to call him out when he's wrong and when he makes mistakes, because nobody's perfect. And when you start, especially quarterbacks, when you start coddling them and making them feel like they're untouchable in a ways, then you're going to lose them even faster than you got them, because it just it screws them up here. And another thing that I think, if they plan on keeping Carson, him and Jalen have to sit down, let if there's going to be a quarterback competition, let it be a competition in the training camp, things like that. But once the decision's made, they need to sit down, have a one-on-one, and talk about how they can help each other. Not how they can try to become the starting quarterback, but how they can help each other become better and develop into, great quarterbacks in this league. So, and if we get and if Carson starts playing better and we get, and another team loses their quarterback, and we get a trade offer for Jalen, it doesn't have to be a first round, second round pick. Just to replace his pick, basically. That would suffice. That would satisfy me enough, definitely. But I just wonder. Like I said earlier, did Frank Reich not coach Carson Wentz hard at all? What did they do that worked so well that year with Carson? I mean, you're in the NFL. You have to be coached up hard to a certain extent, right? I mean, maybe not Bobby Knight coached hard, but I mean, come on. I mean, sheesh. But this is my plan. This is my plan, my personal plan. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. But just hear me out for a minute. So what I would do is I would hire Josh McDaniels as the head coach with a stipulation. And that stipulation being that Deuce Staley is going to be the offensive coordinator. That can almost guarantee that our offense will be balanced, run first, and we could run the ball, set up a great ground attack, and then pick them apart with the play action once we get the linebackers and especially the secondary to start getting sucked up and into that run defense, and then you could take advantage over the top. But so and then you're probably wondering, so who would you bring in as a defensive coordinator? Well, that would be the question mark for me. I mean, it could be if Todd Bowles is looking to go in a different direction away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they had a lot of success this year, so I don't know if he would be, wanting to do that. But even somebody like a Gerard Mayo, I wouldn't possibly, because Josh McDaniels would know his strengths pretty well, I would think, being around him with the New England coaching staff. So if he's able to sell me enough in an interview, then I would be okay with Todd Bowles, Gerard Mayo, or even Dennis Allen being our defensive coordinator, if any of those guys would be interested. I don't know. I don't know who. Actually, I do. Hold on one second. Let me just turn this around real quick. Is there a name that came up? Yeah. So I was doing some research in regards to, who would Josh McDaniels possibly bring in on his staff. He was talking about Kevin O'Connell, who is currently the offensive coordinator for the football team, as his offensive coordinator. And he was also talking about Jonathan Gannon, who is currently the secondary coach for the Indianapolis Colts, as his defensive coordinator. So those could be that could be a possibility as well. But yeah, like I said, but we can't make a coaching decision based on Wentz's needs alone. There are too many other needs on this team to get them back to where we want them to be. So, sorry this video went a little long today. Had a lot that I needed to get off my chest and get out there. But yeah, if you like it, again, if you've liked and heard what you've seen today, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think about all this, about our head coaching search, about some of this new information that I may have brought to you. But yeah, and if you haven't already, or if you know somebody who might like my content, please share my video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And hit me up all the time at Philly Foothills. I can be reached at there all the time. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and if you want more of me or my content, go ahead and smash that subscription button down there. And if you want notifications of my content, go ahead and ding that bell. But until next time, Philbillies, like always, stay mean, stay green, and thanks for viewing me on your screen. And fly, Eagles, fly. Peace!